Hi guys, this is Navanita from Inkat Navi. This is my first YouTube video. Even though I wanted to do an introduction of myself as an artist to you guys in my first video, I will jump straight into the different types of papers and pens that I use because I have got a lot of DMs asking me on the types of papers, type of pens, types of digital apps that I use. So even though I cannot cover the whole thing in one video, today's video will cover mainly on the pens and the papers that I use. Okay, let's talk about paper first. So as you know, paper comes in different sizes. The sizes that I normally typically go for is A4, which is the size of a normal printing paper. There is A3, which is the double of A4, and A2, which is the double of A3, and so on and so forth. So the lower the number, the bigger the paper. These are generally the UK standard paper sizes, which will make life a tad easier in terms of finding the frames that you need for these artworks. The thing to take note is that the size of the paper may vary based on which country you are living in. Some countries go by inches, some countries go by the type A that I mentioned just now, and some go by both. So depending upon your preference, you may choose. Okay, let's move on to the types of papers. There are so many types of papers available in the market right now, ranging from sketching papers to watercolor papers to mixed media papers. But since most of you who DM me in Insta are asking me what type of paper do I use as a beginner, so we are keeping things simple by focusing on two main contenders, which is the normal printing paper and dedicated drawing paper. If you are new to art and would like to just try out a different ink work, or you would like to sketch something, you can use a regular printing paper. Even though these papers do not last longer, it's good enough for a quick study. Once you get the hang of it, you can move to a dedicated drawing paper. Drawing papers tend to differ in GSM. What is GSM? GSM is grams per square meter, which is essentially the thickness or the weight of the paper. The higher the GSM, the more sturdier and durable the paper tends to be. So typically a printing paper which is available in any stationery stores goes from the GSM of 70 to 80. A medium thick paper of drawing paper tends to be from 100 to 200 GSM, and very thick papers may range about 300 GSM. So typically printing paper, you can use it for sketches, daily sketches, quick studies, and medium you can use for ink works. And when it goes to 300 plus, you can do mixed media, acrylic and watercolor and so on. For my case, I normally focus either on the 80 GSM printing paper, which I use for sketching to make sure my first draft is there, and I'll move on to 200 GSM paper, which is much more thicker in terms of durability. So to me, anything about 200 GSM is like a sweet spot for ink drawings. But if you are planning to take your creations to next level, sending it to customers on high quality papers, you might want to think about other paper options. But hey, that's a topic for another video. So let's move on to pens. Talking about pens, I have been using fine liners since day one, and my favorite brand that has had my back since day one is Micron Sakura Pigma pens. I have tried multiple other fine liners, and even though they offer new nib sizes, for me, I personally prefer Micron Pigma pen because it tends to bleed less in all different types of paper, and it lasts quite long. The thing to take note about fine liners is that it comes in different nib sizes and you can use it accordingly. There are pens that range from 0.005 nib size all the way to 0.1. So the higher the number, the thicker the line. For my mandalas and zentangle works, I use the bigger number nib size pens to draw outlines and stuff, and the much finer details will be contributed by the smaller nib size, which is 0.005.
This is how the hatching, cross hatching, lettering and freehand drawing for each pen looks like. So the higher the number goes, the thicker the strokes get. Touch on some other fine liners that I use. Stadler, which has a 0.2 nib size, that's in between the Micron pen nib sizes, and it's a similar performing pen. Another one is a Copic multi-liner, which comes in different nib sizes similar to Micron as well. But among these three pens, I would still prefer Micron as number one. And if you don't have these pens, you can also go for the regular gel pens that you can get in any stationery shop as well. It does the job well in printing papers and also in thick drawing papers. Or you have different fine liners. You can use any black pen essentially if you just want to start out. These are basically all the pens that I use in my drawings.
I hope this video helped you in some way. If you have any questions regarding the paper or pens that I mentioned just now, do leave us a comment below and I will try to answer all of your questions. Thank you for watching the video and have a great day. Bye.